Xin chao, what's up, everybody? Onagio. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today. If you do like this video, I'd appreciate if you smash the like button. If you do not like the video, you can smash the dislike button. If you want to leave a comment, you can also leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, you can also subscribe to see more content like this. These are all optional choices, up to you. All right, here it is. We're in a 15-day, pretty hardcore lockdown now. One that we've never seen the likes of in Saigon ever since the start of this CCP virus pandemic. So, yeah, it's 15 days, and it wasn't too bad at first. You know, on the motorbike video, I was talking about it. Uh, I was talking about how, like, they were gonna thinking about doing it. People were panic buying already. The panic buying has continued into an absolute frenzy of 3 hour lines at the grocery store. Every store has got a line on market. You know, all the convenience stores are out of everything. The produce is got what got hit the hardest, and there's really no reason for this. This doesn't need to happen in any sort of way. We did this the first time around when it was pretty close to this lockdown, minus a few caveats that I'll explain in the video. But there's absolutely no reason to go out and hoard things. You will be able to go shopping. They're keeping the supermarkets open. They're keeping the convenience stores open. None of that is going to change. So it doesn't make a great deal of sense to really stock up and hoard a bunch of stuff inside your house. We haven't hoarded anything. We've bought the normal amount, and we'll shop again in 3 or 4 days when we need more stuff. So that's really all that's open is essential businesses, which is like health, manufacturing, and food. Even if you're selling like pots and pans and that's your only thing, you're not allowed to be open. They've made the essential businesses more stringent this time. So any company that's not like leading to helping people in the crisis and getting food on the table in the health sector, you got to close down. So Winnie's company's working from work. You can kind of see the monitor over here that I set up. We had to go get her computer today and set it up because she's going to be working at home for the next 15 days. So yeah, it's got a hysteria going. Lots of super spreader possible events have happened today, and you know they just did the kids testing. I think we're going to see a lot of cases reported, even with this lockdown, this stay-at-home order. They're testing one person from the household now. You know, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a look at the situation and get proper statistics, and then buy some time to do the testing and all that stuff. I understand it, but at the same point, it still sucks. The big one this time is all the restaurants have to close now too. They gave them no choice of takeaway or no choice of delivery, which was a blow dealt today. And that is going to be a swift nail in the coffin for lots of restaurants. They were already holding on by a thread to begin with, for the past 2 months. And now they can't even have business for 15 days. But you can still buy your stuff from Tiki, Shopee, Lazdia, and it'll still get delivered. That service is still going to go through. So the e-commerce is not going anywhere. They're still going to allow for delivery on that. There is no taking a grab bike anywhere now after midnight. There is no getting food delivered from Grab or any service or even from the restaurant. So a lot of restaurants were pretty swamped today. Favorite restaurants, I was just down getting some more essential goods, aka soju. I but there's I saw quite a few dudes like with pizzas and all their favorite foods and stuff for what's gonna happen coming up pretty much. So yeah, it's gonna be a tricky situation navigating this. I still, if you're here, you don't need to go panic buy a bunch of stuff. We did this the first time around and had produce wasted and meat wasted, and like I said, we haven't stocked up in any kind of way. I haven't bought any extra stuff for like a 1 month locked inside situation, which it very much could be, but they're still going to let people go get food. There's a shortage of stuff now, but in 2 days, that'll all be replaced, or in a day, because now everybody's not going to go out and panic buy, so the stores can catch up and restock everything. They've already been beefing up the supplies for weeks now and ordering 3 to 4 times the normal amount of food for each of these places. So they already knew what was going to happen, and they already started to prepare for it. So I'm absolutely not worried about running out of really anything at this point. So we can read a few documents. We might as well get to the document reading. How far are we in? We're 5 minutes in. Grocery stores selling essential goods are allowed to operate. The rest are closed. At the meeting, leaders of the city's People's Committee, as well as related departments and agencies, answered a lot of information related to the people's livelihood issues that people are concerned about after the decision on social distancing for the whole of Ho Chi Minh City, according to instructions market 16. Before we get to the next paragraph, remember, I am a YouTuber. I am not an expert in any of this stuff. I am not claiming anything I am saying is factual information. You need to research all this stuff on your own. I should not be your only source of information on this. You should check all this on your own if you take an interest into it. I had some corrections on the last video I did. In quarantine, you don't have to pay for your meals unless you're a repatriated citizen, and then you do, or if you're here on expert. I think is where I kind of messed up, but I never really claimed otherwise in that other video. I was just reading a random paragraph from a thing, so I wasn't trying to say, oh no, bad Vietnam government not helping people eat when they're in quarantine. That's not what I was insinuating in any kind of way, so I figured I'd clean that up and clear it up right now. In particular, people pay much attention to issues such as the suspension of takeaway and food business activities, delivery services, the supply of essential goods, settlement of people's records, entry and exit conditions, city. So we can talk about that right now. That's where a possible super spreader event happened today. You know, these are all just speculations. There could be no spreading event, but thousands of people tried to do a mass exodus of the city today to get back to wherever their potential hometown is, or Vung Tau, or whatever it may be. And a lot of them didn't have the test. You have to have a negative test to come in or out of the city now. And it caused a big buildup at all the exits of the city, and people just stacked right next to each other. So, you know, we've reported, I think, 1,200 cases, 1,300 cases today almost alone. It's our highest reported cases total for all of Vietnam in one day is today. So they're not all in Saigon. I don't think Saigon was as many, 500, 600, I want to say, and then the other places for the other ones. So, yeah. Are groceries on sale? There are many types of groceries. If you sell essential items, you can. For example, you can sell a pharmacy, but you can't sell pots, pans, and stuff like that. Let's see. Talking about charity activities to distribute rice and support the poor to have activities during the quarantine period, Vice Chairman of the city's People Committee said that in principle there is no ban but must ensure requirements. If charity activities are organized in an orderly manner, ensuring that there are no more than 2 people gathering, they are allowed to operate. So, yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully they can keep that going and get people food that really need it, that are going to be out and about. They also dealt a pretty strong blow to the lottery ticket vendors. They are not allowed to vend tickets now for 15 days as well. They need to stay home. Pretty much they're trying to get everyone to stay home that doesn't have to be out. Because, you know, as I said, and as I've talked about, and as you've seen, people weren't really listening before. You know, we have the lockdown fatigue, as you can say, and they see no one's really dying, and they're like, whatever. But now everybody, you know, is really going to do their part. We're all going to stay inside. I won't be running anymore. I had my last run. I've run every day consistently for a year plus. It's going to be very weird for me to not run. I was able to run through all the other ones. This one, I got to stay home, so I'm going to figure out some cardio stuff, jumping jacks and things like this. I got a jump rope, use a jump rope. Day 87. 75,000 people took that test, by the way, for the kids. So we don't know how what's going to happen there and how that's going to look. So, yeah, Ho Chi Minh will impose its second 15-day citywide social distancing order starting Friday at the current epicenter seeks to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus. Municipal Chairman Nguyen Than Phong said Wednesday evening that the decision has been taken towards ensuring the health and lives of local residents. The campaign, imposed under Directive 16, which compromises the most stringent social distancing regulations, requires residents to stay at home and only go out for basic necessities, such as buying food or medicine, or to work at factories or businesses that are allowed to remain open. People must keep a distance of at least 2 meters. No more than 2 people can gather at a public place apart from workplaces, schools, or hospitals. The majority of public transportation is shut down, and there will be no travel to other localities. This is the second time the city is imposing the citywide campaign under such strict measures. The first was a 22-day period in early April last year, along with 11 other localities. So that's often the lockdown I refer that this one is very similar to. And again, they don't call it a lockdown ever. They call it just stay-at-home order. So they definitely don't want to use the word lockdown. Since May 31st. Adopted in most parts of the city more relaxed measures under Directive 15. Ho Chi Minh City is now... They opened the Army Hospital for F-Zero. What? Let me read that. They just opened the Army Hospital for F-Zero in District 5, Ho Chi Minh City. What's the F-Zero again? I get all that shit confused. What's F-Zero? What is positive? But what is it? In contact with direct contact, right? Or is that indirect contact?
What we call that the hospital just react for the COVID times.
There's something to that. I forget.
Just build the hospital for the COVID times.
Yes, I understand, but F0, F1, F2, F3.
F0 is positive.
Yes. Oh. Okay. F0 is positive. Thank you. Thank you for that breaking news. My secondhand reporter over there, Win-Win. So yeah, they're starting to build Army hospitals and all this stuff. I do think you're going to see a lot more reported cases coming up in the next week. We're going to see maybe a peak, and then we'll start to see it go down. The household testing will help kind of drive the numbers down. And then I think there's just going to be less testing because everybody's to stay at home. I don't know how they're going to really implement testing if you're supposed to stay at home in a mass scale. Again, I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. Some of these things are just my opinion. So again, don't come at me. Look it up for yourself. I should not be your source of total news information in Vietnam. I mean, you can rely on what I say and then kind of look up stuff on your own to confirm it for your own knowledge. So they suspended the lottery, the takeaway. Chaos ensues at Ho Chi Minh City Market COVID test site. That was a doozer. That one was... I gotta read more stuff. My breaking reporter has more information, even though my phone's on 2%. And the place is famous of ghost story. Saigonese is scary of that place. Okay. More than COVID. Well, I don't know how relevant that is to the story, but...
They choose the ghost building to build a hospital.
They strongly believe in ghosts in Vietnam, as I'm learning. More than... supermarket packed. Yeah, so like they did this market test of the largest resale market in Saigon, and it was a total disaster. I recommend you go over to vnexpress.net and take a look to it. It's on the most read on the right. You'll want to click on Chaos Ensues at Ho Chi Minh City Market, and you will see about 500 people less than a foot next to each other.
See the light there?
Jesus. They'll be all right. There's no ghost in the building.
You want to show on the camera?
No, I can't pick it up. But yeah, I'm looking at 500 people just jammed next to each other. 2,000 merchants were there. So, I mean, that is a potential super spreader event right there. We'll see how all this stuff pans out. Like I said, I think the numbers are going to pick up in the next 2 to 3 days to a week, and then we'll see a crescendo, and then you'll see it start to go down is what I think is going to happen. And 15 days, I think, is it's going to be longer than 15 days in my opinion. I'd say around 20 to 30. Again, this is not factual information. This is just me theorizing what possibly may happen. This is not officially, the government has officially reported a stay-at-home order for 15 days. Other stuff I'm saying is things I think may happen. Just for clarification. People on the comment section in Vietnam fully support the 15-day stay-at-home order. They fully support the no restaurants, no takeaway or delivery. So the people seem to be behind it. I mean, at least the comment section on VN Express, although there's some trolly comments on there and some weirdos, so they should use the remove function. Ho Chi Minh suspends lottery. Graduating in the time of the pandemic sucks. Vietnam daily coronavirus was a high 1,307. So it was 1,307 so far today. I'm sure there'll be some more. 465 cases in 481 in Ho Chi Minh City. 638. Yeah. 481 in Ho Chi Minh, 55 in Binh Duc. A bunch of different. It's pretty much like everywhere in Vietnam now. There is no way to leave Saigon either. It's very difficult to get a PCR test, and you need that to leave. And like 67 provinces want you to do a 2 to 3 week quarantine if you are from Saigon. So like, yeah, that ship has sailed and trying to leave unless you're going back to like a little hometown. And what? Oh, she's watching TV, disrupting my important podcasting. Important. So yeah, of course, we're going to see, I keep talking about, we're going to see a video a day again, possibly 2, starting in a day or 2, and some heavy live streaming at home on the other channel. So, content's going to keep coming. I'm sorry we had that break there. My father died. Rest in peace. You guys were very supportive on that. I appreciate it. He's now buried in the ground. The funeral was yesterday. It was a good turnout. Everybody was there except me, but what can I do? I'm stuck here. I would have loved to have been there, but this is life, and this is the cards you're dealt sometimes. So it's a weird feeling, to just not be able to physically be there. Because, if it wasn't for COVID, I couldn't have got there in time when he was still alive, but I could have at least got there for the funeral, which would have been really nice to see the whole family all together and stuff like this. But, this is what things are, and this is the cards you get dealt in life. I appreciate everybody that's DM'd me, messaged me. I do process things very quickly. Is that going to be a forever, thing that you don't ever really get over? Of course, but, my dad got to live a long life, and he got to live a good life. So, try to make the best out of all these situations. I think as far as for news goes, guys, I think we covered it. We kept it kind of short and sweet today. But the big thing that really sucks, and there's nothing I can do about it now, I was trying to push people to support local restaurants on a lot of my videos, and a lot of the vendors. Now all those vendors aren't even going to be able to vend. It's going to be a trying time for a whole segment of workers in Vietnam, and especially Saigon. And I hope that they can make it through and they'll be able to vend again and do all these things. I hope all the restaurants here will be able to take a 15 to who knows how many days hit without being open. I'm going to support all those restaurants the second they're back open, and order food from all my places and all my friends' place. So, we're all kind of just trying to do the best we can through this thing. I feel bad for people that are going to get hit economically with this thing. I know what it's like to not have any money. I've definitely been there for a significant period of time. It is not a fun thing. I know all too well of what they'll be experiencing. So, yeah, the lottery ticket people, it sucks. I think we did a really good job. I researched all this stuff beforehand to give a more polished feel to this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you smash the like button. We're definitely going to do some Vietnam food cooking videos with Win-Win, and we're going to get Win on a live stream coming up soon. All that good jazz. So don't worry, you're going to see her. And I'm going to make a bunch of fun videos. So yeah, stay frosty, guys. Thank you for watching. You guys all rock. Have a good day. Take it easy. Peace out.